I started learning data analytics, I started learning through a scholarship. I got a scholarship, and that was how I started. A scholarship, they taught us Excel and Power BI, and they taught us like very, very simple Excel and Power BI, like very simple. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about how I would have learned data analytics if I am to learn it again in 2025. So I'm going to tell you the best way to learn data analytics. Trust me, this video is going to change a lot of things you think about learning data analytics. So even if you are already a data analyst, or you're already learning, or you've already learned data analytics, or you're thinking to learn, you're thinking about learning data analytics, this video is for you. Stay tuned to the end of this video because we're going to learn a whole lot of things. The first thing I would have advised you to do, or I would have done if I'm learning data analytics afresh in 2025, is to start with learning Excel and SQL. Yes, I would have learned Excel and SQL before learning Power BI and Python. Yes, most of you don't know that SQL is one of the most important tools, right? Apart from Excel, just that Excel is Excel is like the master of everything. Like Excel is like the master. Apart from that, SQL is like the most important. If you know how to use SQL to analyze data, you are going to be needed by a lot of organizations. You're going to be rushed, and you're going to be begged by many organizations to come work for them. SQL is a very important tool that every data analyst should know, and should know it very well. What we do is that we focus on learning Power BI and Excel, or many people focus on just learning Power BI and they put a lot of time in Power BI. Power BI is very important, but SQL is more important than Power BI. If you don't know that, know it now. SQL is so important than Power BI. So I will start learning Excel, and after Excel I will learn SQL. Then after I'm done learning SQL and Excel, I will make sure I will learn a programming language. What we do is that, or what most people do is that they'll just learn SQL, they'll just learn Excel and Power BI, and that is it. I advise people to learn programming language. Learn a programming language, Python or Arrow language. Python is easier than Arrow language, so I advise you to learn Python. Okay, because there's so many things you will not be able to do if you don't know how to use Python or R to analyze data. Because when you want to scrape data from a website, you have to do that using Python. You can also do that using Power BI, but it's actually restricted. Like there's some things you can't do with Power BI, but Python, you can scrape data using Python from any website. Okay, and that's the best way. That's the kind of project that you will do. I'll single you out, right? I'll single you out from other applicants, right? I'm still going to talk about that very soon. But then learn a programming language. I know some people will usually ask me, is it necessary to learn a programming language? Can't you just, be a data analyst without, learn programming language? Guys, it's possible, but you will always remain in a particular level. You always been in a particular level. You're not going to move into, a level where you can be paid hundreds of thousands and millions as a data analyst. You always stay in a particular level if you don't have the knowledge of a programming language like Python or SQL, Python or Arrow language. So it's very important. And if you've not yet learned a programming language, make plans to learn a programming language. So another thing that I will do differently if I am learning data analytics afresh in 2025 is that I'm going to pay for a course. So when I started learning data analytics, I started learning through a scholarship. I got a scholarship, and that was how I started. A scholarship, they taught us Excel and Power BI, and they taught us like very, very simple Excel and Power BI, like very simple. Like they didn't go in depth. So when I was done learning those two things, I thought that, I'm not a data analyst, I was not applying for jobs. my confidence then, I'm surprised. So that is what I would have done if I'm to learn data analysis afresh. I would just go and pay for a course. Okay, I'll just go and pay for a course. It will make your journey easier. It will make your journey easier because after I was done with the scholarship, I thought that okay, I was already a data analyst. But then I got a job and I found out that I did not know a lot of things, and I had to start using YouTube to learn some things. I had to start using YouTube. Sometimes I'll be stuck and I don't have anyone to talk to. I don't have anyone to ask questions. I will be stuck. I have to start doing a lot of research, watching thousands and thousands of YouTube videos. That was a whole lot of stress for me. And if I just paid for a course, they will teach me all I need to know. And I have a mentor, I have someone I can talk to and ask questions if I'm stuck at any place. I had to actually, after doing that job, after the scholarship, and I figured out that okay, I still have a lot to learn. I still have to go and pay for a class. I still have to pay. I had to pay for an SQL class, and then I still had to pay for a Python class, even though I was watching YouTube videos. But YouTube videos, I will always say YouTube videos are good if you already have a background knowledge. That's what I'm saying. I advise you, pay for a course, pay for a data analytics course. Then you can now use YouTube to, help yourself. Maybe when you have a question or something, you're confused about something, you can now check YouTube. YouTube will help you when you already have a background knowledge, when you already know what the foundation is, and maybe you're just confused about something, or maybe you just want to learn something new. That is it. Or unless you know someone that is a data analyst and that is a good data analyst that can put you through, maybe a self-learning, that can put you through, tell you exactly things you need to learn, and then you can now go on YouTube and be learning those things. That one is another way. So I had to go and pay for courses again, and that took a lot of time. That if I paid for a course earlier, I would have known where I would be, right? So that is what I advise people: pay for your course immediately. When you pay for a course, it just reduces the whole stress, and you have someone to talk to. You have a mentor. You have someone that will help you when you're stuck and everything. So pay for your course, guys. All right. Another thing that I will do if I'm to learn data analytics afresh in this 2025 is that I will work on real life projects. Yes, real life project. I'm going to work on real life project. I'm not going to be working on pro. I will not take all these YouTube projects as a project. All these YouTube projects are everywhere. A lot of people are doing it, and a lot of people are putting it in their portfolio. So what is going to make you stand out? What is going to make you stand out? I'm not just going to do any real life projects. I'm going to do real life projects in different sectors. Right? I'm going to do real life projects in these different sectors. I'm going to do in the health sector, marketing, finance, what's it again? In different sectors, I'm going to find real life projects on them, and I'm going to do it. And that is where the knowledge of the scholarship, and I figured out that okay, I still have a lot to learn. I still have to go and pay for a class. I still have to pay. I had to pay for an SQL class, and then I still had to pay for a Python class, even though I was watching YouTube videos. But YouTube videos, I will always say YouTube videos are good if you already have a background knowledge. That's what I'm saying. I advise you, pay for a course, pay for a data analytics course. Then you can now use YouTube to, help yourself. Maybe when you have a question or something, you're confused about something, you can now check YouTube. YouTube will help you when you already have a background knowledge, when you already know what the foundation is, and maybe you're just confused about something, maybe you just want to learn something new. That is it. Or unless you know someone that is a data analyst and that is a good data analyst that can put you through, maybe a self-learning, that can put you through, tell you exactly things you need to learn, and then you can now go on YouTube and be learning those things. That one is another way. So I had to go and pay for courses again, and that took a lot of time. That if I paid for a course earlier, I would have known where I would be, right? So that is what I advise people: pay for your course immediately. When you pay for a course, it just reduces that you've done that is related to those kind of to these firms, right? So don't just send out CV with a portfolio of the same portfolio you are sending out for different jobs. No, tell all your CV, tell all your CV to those different jobs that you're applying. That's why people don't get called back, because they send out one CV for a particular job, for different jobs. They say that one CV for different jobs. It's not going to work. That CV that might work for one job might not work for the other. So you have to always, work on your CV. What I tell people is that create CVs for different sectors, so that when you see a job, you're applying immediately because you already have a CV that is tailored to that sector. It's going to make your job easier. So work on real life projects. Work on real life projects. Another way of getting real life data set is creating a survey. You can create a survey to solve a problem. These things make you, they know that, okay, this person initiates things. This person wants to solve a problem with data. They want to see that mindset. Do you understand? So you can create a survey, right? Create a survey, send out a survey, gather the data, analyze it, put it in your portfolio. If you don't know how to create a survey, just search on YouTube on how to create a survey, a Google form. Just how to create a Google form, and it's so easy to do. Okay, but if you want me to make a video on that personally, you let me know in the comment section. So these things are what I will definitely do if I'm doing this analytics again. Another thing that we do is that I will go and start building relationship with industry experts. Yes, I will go follow all of them, engage in their posts, go to their DM, offer to help them, try and build a relationship with them, because you're going to get a job easier that way. Because there are many jobs that are not out there that someone knows that is available, and if they see you and they know you, they will give you a job. They'll tell you this job is available, this is it. They will refer you, they will even refer you for the job, and that's one of the easiest ways to get a job. So I will get into contact with all these industry experts. Very, very important. I'll get in touch with them. And then another thing is that I will take Twitter seriously. When I started, what I was told was LinkedIn. I started with LinkedIn, and I have over 2,000 plus followers on LinkedIn. So it's not much anyway, but I was taking LinkedIn seriously. I ignored Twitter, but then I found out that Twitter will give you a lot more opportunity than LinkedIn. Yes, a lot more opportunity than LinkedIn. So if you're like me and you're just focusing on LinkedIn, please start looking at Twitter. Yes, start looking at Twitter. It's going to help you. It's going to help you a lot. It's going to help you a lot. Start looking at Twitter. Okay. All right. So guys, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you've heard something new that you like to do. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.